Sometimes it's important to just get into the market. You're never going to outsave the market growth, especially if you've seen the growth that we had last year, unprecedented growth, record low rates. So it's so important to get into the market because the capital growth is always going to be at a much higher rate than your savings. Because you're saving your money and it's not leveraging against anything. When you put 10% or 20% deposit on a piece of real estate, you're getting 100% of the upside growth on that asset. So it's so important to get into the market. Now I always say to people, get into affordable real estate, because as it's growing in real estate, you're building equity. But if you can also afford to pay the loan, as it's growing, you're also paying off the principal, it's happening twice as fast. And the lower your loan to value ratio is, the safer it is for you to invest. And also, the safer it is to repeat that process again, again, and again, and again. So buying something you can afford is so, so important. And it's the stepping stone to your second, third, and fourth investment. For me, it's always how long's a piece of string question. If you're asking my opinion, it depends on your age, your net disposable income, how high your risk tolerance is. But I would get into that property as soon as I can, especially if you've got time on your side, 10, 15, 20 years plus working in the workforce. And I don't think waiting is a good strategy when it comes to real estate. But as you buy one property, your risk tolerance increases. So what I have some of my clients that are very, very scared when they get into the market, they go, when can I buy my second, third, fourth? Because their tolerance increases and their competence increases, so they keep going. Rent money is dead money. You've heard that saying?
Have, yes.
I say rent money is extremely smart money if you invest. And let me explain it to you. If you've got an investment property, is that bringing in rental income? Now, hypothetically, that can pay your current rent wherever you choose to live, correct?
Yes.
Now, by renting, you can rent in the area that you want to rent at a much lower rate. So in my book, I talk about the rental pyramid. So you can rent a higher value property at a lower rental place, and you can target high capital growth with high rent returns. Now, on your own property, you have zero tax deductions. On your investment property, especially if it's new, you have maximum tax deductions, and you're targeting high growth areas. And in most cases, now rent investing is something that I'm very, very familiar with, and it's something that I still do. I target areas that I want to live, that are very expensive, that have a low rental yield. But I target investment properties with high rental yields that don't cost me much to maintain. So I can duplicate this process, which means I'm more nimble, I can move wherever I want to move. I'm living in the areas that I want to live, but I'm supporting a system, rent vesting, where I can keep buying investment properties. So rent money is not dead money if you're investing your money. Great question, but you've got to look at a number of things. Take this chair, for example. How many legs does it have? Four. If I had one leg, and let's represent that to mining, is it risky?
Absolutely.
Can it break? Can it move? If I have 3, 4 different levels of diverse economy, whether that being in tourism, whether that be in infrastructure, whether that be in mining, if I've got 3, 4, 5 legs, is it a lot more solid and sturdy?
Absolutely.
As an investment? And I use that analogy as the chair because it's a very, very easy one to comprehend. So when you're looking at mining, which you mentioned Perth, it was underpinned by one thing. Yes, it went up quick, but guess what happened when something happened to the mining? It went down quick. But when you've got areas like you've mentioned, or like Queensland, where it's underpinned by so many things, infrastructure, tourism, migration, they're building a casino, there's so many things happening there, it mitigates the risk of that happening. So when we look at investment opportunities at Reventon, we don't look at things that are underpinned by one thing. Because although the growth opportunities could potentially be high when that thing's booming, the risk is also high, and we saw that in, as you mentioned, Perth. You've got to look at any area that you look at, what's the owner-occupier rate as opposed to the investment rate. People choose to live there because it's a great lifestyle choice. The weather's great. Back in the day, people were retiring in Queensland or going to start off their career, but now people are going there as a lifestyle choice. There's so many things happening. The medium house prices are going through the roof. We've mentioned they're building a massive casino, which is going to be a world game changer, like Crown was with Melbourne. And there's so many other things that are happening there with infrastructure, with tourism. There's so many things underpinning such a great economy, which is so many people are investing, but not only investing, moving there. And there's always been a supply issue with so many people that want to buy there. So you're not going to have an issue in Brisbane, depending on obviously where you look at to buy, in terms of renting, or growth, or selling. Well, we could use Olympic as an example, and you know what? If you look at Sydney, That had a massive impact on the real estate, didn't it?
Yeah.
How much money they poured in terms of infrastructure. The world's got their eyes on Sydney like it will have on Brisbane, and it does play a massive factor because the infrastructure needed and the spend needed, the jobs created, even though it's for that interim period of time, that infrastructure is going to be there indefinitely, isn't it? Which means it is going to create a boom in the real estate there. And if we're going to go back to Sydney, look at what happened to the real estate market when we had the Olympics there as well. And they say similar things will happen in Brisbane, but I think it's going to happen to even a larger scale because, mentioning again the casino and all the other things happening there, there's so many factors playing into why Brisbane is a great area to invest. And it's where I'm putting a lot of my money, a lot of my clients in as well. If you feel now you're at the lowest or the highest risk in terms of job security, now's the time to invest. And the reason I say that, it's only going to get easier and easier for you. Would you agree with that statement?
I hope so.
So why wait? So people go, Chris, what if I wait to see what happens? I said, well, if you're on $80,000 a year, and in some cases people are going to be on maternity leave, I go, why don't we use the example on the worst case scenario? I'm only going to have 30% of my employment, or my maternity leave is going to be X. Whatever the scenario may be, let's run the figures on a worst case scenario. Because we're not waiting, and if it was like last year and the property grew 20%, what's the cost of actually waiting? It's so high. So when you run your figures, before you invest, it's so important you speak to an expert that can run the figures on a worst case scenario. But the right time to invest in real estate, and I've always said this is yesterday, on the proviso you can afford to keep the property for the right amount of time to see the growth, and you can mitigate your risk, whether that be my employment can change, whether that be on maternity leave or whatever other factors there may be. Go in and run a worst case scenario example.